Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stoner, back with another episode of VSW Podcast. Tonight, we're going to talk with Eric Johnson. You might seen him. He's been making waves in NQW, Never Quit Wrestling. Been also giving the JWO a run for their money. Let's give him a call and let's see what he has to say tonight. And let's see. No answer at the moment. We'll give it a few. This has happened before, as you notice sometimes. The callers just aren't ready, but no issue here. Like I said, if you follow NQW, you can look them up on YouTube. Oh, okay. He is ready. Like I said, usually there's always something simple. Let's go ahead. But if you do watch NQW on YouTube, you will notice who Eric is.
Hello?
Hello, Eric Johnson.
What's going on?
Welcome to the VSW podcast. I'm the host, Versace Stoner. I welcome you to my show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's an honor to be on.
Uh, I was telling fans, if they haven't already, to check out NQW, Never Quit Wrestling. That's where you can be seen mostly right now. Giving the JWO a run for their money. But just want to open things up with you. Tell me about yourself.
Oh, well, I guess I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If you know me personally, um, I've got started in pro wrestling in 2020. It's when I started training. It was actually right as soon as COVID was announced, that everything was shutting down. And my wrestling school was still training, decided not to shut down. So we were one of the few wrestling schools still going, sneaking. So that was pretty cool. That was a pretty fun start.
Yeah, not the best way to want to get debuted, but um, but hey, at least the school was still open. I know a lot of students that had to like migrate to different schools or go elsewhere just to kind of figure out how to keep that training regimen going.
Yep. Yeah. Nobody wanted to stop their training regimen. It's funny. I joined literally a week before the announcement that everything was shutting down.
Yeah, you're like, I'm ready to go. What's going on in the world? I get that. And
Yeah.
so
It was funny because we were literally all begging our trainer, like, please don't, can we please
yeah,
still go? Yeah.
and
No,
then
none of us was really. I don't know. At the time, it was just weird. Because a lot of people just started when that happened.
yeah, and honestly, like I'm really grateful. There was a few schools in the Northeast here that kind of stayed open, and I'm like really grateful they did because like a lot of them were able to put on private shows and private tapings, and it's what kept stories alive during the pandemic. And you saw like a whole emergence, of different shows from Maine, beyond. Chaotic started running shows at their school, so you got to see a lot of still independent wrestling happening, which means people are working, which means things are going in the right direction. So it was good to see that.
No, absolutely. I mean, even seeing WWE having to use the Thunderdome, that was wow. If they had to do it, it's pretty
Yeah,
sick.
and I
Um,
even that was kind of a fun experience. I got to go on there for I think SummerSlam was it, And I got to see myself there in that Sasha Banks match, and it was like, whoa, cool, that's pretty cool. You're making it more interactive. You're making people want to get together. And I get that. That was the missing aspect of everything. Even with the wrestling was, well, it's no fun watching it alone.
Not really.
Yeah, that the crowd mentality, it's hard to kind of
Well, to
make
me,
that
all the
out of
workers are
nothing.
feeding off the crowd.
Yeah,
Without the crowd, you really don't have a story to tell. For me,
yeah,
personally, if
you know.
you don't have any kind of crowd noise, what's the point? Um,
Exactly, and then that's what really, a lot of people are there to do. They're not, as much as they love what they do, they're there because of the crowd. That's who, their passion is to entertain them. And,
exactly.
I dig that. So let's fast forward a little bit. We got through the kind of pandemic or the scary part of the pandemic and the closings. And, now I've seen you up here, in Rhode Island, with NQW.
Yeah, so that getting started there was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting story there. How NQW started, almost fell apart, and then now we're riding a high wave. Now we got our first live show coming March 2023. It's going to be a blast.
That's
So
great.
far, I think it's going to be the Saturday, March 25th. So
It's
far,
it's funny because like I was approached honestly like I don't even know probably over a year ago by some guy and his name was like Timmy I think, and he hit me up and he started talking to me with this whole idea of NQW, never quit wrestling, had big plans for it, big dreams, but never had no experience, didn't really know where to go with it. I gave him a few pointers and then like he blocked me, and like I was
is,
like,
is this is
okay.
this is this the PJ character? I will name him. I don't care.
Yeah, I think it was like the Timmy Kiddler, whatever,
Oh,
the original.
Tim Kidder. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. So this guy, he comes up with this big idea, and all of us workers, we're trying to make his dream come true, but he does not listen to advice. He thinks he's going to be selling out 500 people in his first show. Like, that's not how independent pro
Yeah,
wrestling
like
works.
I was getting hit up by other people that he was throwing my name around, trying to get himself a free ring. He was going to put on a big show. He was trying to get everybody to do everything for free. Granted, there is some freeness, but you're not getting ring rentals and U-Hauls that drive 3 states over for you for nothing.
Right. And like I wanted to help this guy, and and like what really, really, really hit the nail on the head for me is whenever he talked to a the hell is it called? An event planner, and when you talk to them, the time is money. They get paid by the hour. He had
Yeah,
no clue he's going to get billed, and they were about to sue him for $400. I'm like, dude, we got to get out, man. You are dumb.
yeah.
But
This
they
isn't.
ended up
Yeah,
dropping it, and we dropped him. We said, dude, we're
and
going to do
that
this.
that kind
See
of
what
that's where
happens.
I kind of saw the first thing of NQW. Like I said, he approached me and my partner. We had just gotten out of running
Yeah.
KPW. He wanted kind of like some help or whatever, and then like he blocked us after asking for it, ran away. I don't know. We had no issue. And then, like I said, I never heard somebody else said something about NQW. I saw him writing in some of the on the AWL stuff, and then like I said, gone phased. And then I saw the NQW coming, and it was all new ownership, all new leadership, all new roster. And
Yeah. Um, my role at the moment, I'm going to be dealing with the marketing for the live shows.
yep.
That's what I'll be doing, and I'll also be booking the tag division. So I'll be making tag team belts coming up.
And right
So
now, you're also doing kind of like the general managing. You're making
yeah,
decisions.
so I'm the general manager of NQW on screen. You can definitely check that out. I already had to go off on the JWO and Jay Frost. Hopefully, Jay Frost is still doing okay on suspension and getting my checks. Uh, you know,
Yeah, they've
TJ
been
Tucker,
watching.
on the other hand, I don't know. Is he under the bridge in Fall River? That bridge I had to drive over once. Oh God, that town
Yeah,
smells
that's
so.
it. You only end up there if you're lost.
Yeah, well, I was definitely lost, and of course, a juggalo just splashes face first onto my windshield, and I panicked. And
Oh
I
yeah.
just hit the gas pedal. It is what it is.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
stop till you see the next
sure he was
town
lost.
over.
Yeah, those juggalos, they're crazy. And he offered me a fag, and I knew that's when I had to go. I'm better than that.
Yeah, don't drink that stuff. That's like the Jim
Well,
Jones drink. Don't touch
that's
it.
what I'm saying. I mean, like, look. Okay, if you want a real soda, I mean, you have to get RC Cola. I mean, come on, everyone knows that.
There you go. You know.
All
And
right, and
so,
that Fago crap you can get at a dollar store. Are you kidding me? Ugh.
well, when you only have $1 in your pocket, what else are you gonna do?
Oh, well, I don't even think TJ has a dollar. Does he even have a penny? Anyway,
No, there's no rate.
really?
He
Damn.
does work for XUC under an internship, unpaid
Uh,
internship.
oh, geez. You're telling me I got to see him there too?
Yes, because that was where we're going next with this. You are going to
Oh,
be
come on.
so
No, you're not telling me he's
XUC.
coming.
Well, here's the thing. I really do like your authoritative role. I like what you do with the town. I like what you talked about doing with the tag division. I like all these ideas. So, like I said, I'm giving you a tag team. You can pick any two guys in XUC.
Really?
But yes, unfortunately, your buddies are there. The JWO are hanging around. TJ hangs around.
Oh, boy.
He usually kind of like he'll clean the ring in between matches. He might
Oh,
um
that's good.
he
Okay,
might
I
get
guess
people like if they're a little bit overheated, he'll water them down. He does different things. He's like think of
Oh,
like
he's the bench warmer.
yeah,
Oh,
the bench
man.
warmer, the water boy.
Okay, I gotcha. As a
But
matter of fact, when I show up, he can carry my bags in.
if you need him to carry your bags, that's what he's there for. Use him
Oh,
however you
dude.
like. But remember, it is TJ touching your bag, so you might want to bring
Oh, well, that's
sanitizer.
okay. I'll have plenty of hand sanitizer and some plastic gloves or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I mean, I got
but
the money.
you pick your two beasts that you're gonna be kind of heading towards into the
Oh,
path of
I already
destruction.
got one in mind I could probably bring. He's already signed to my agency firm that I represent him. The pariah Don Peretti.
Really, you're gonna be
My
working
first,
with him.
yeah, he's my first ever signing. Great man. You know what? Now that he's signed with me, I think he's going to have another 10, 15 years. You mark my words with my coaching.
Well, I mean that's good because I don't know if you caught what happened at the Mister X Junior show with the memorial show, but him and Ref Bob had it out. He ended up demolishing him, but Ref Bob got
He probably
suspended due to
deserved
it.
it.
Ref Bob got suspended because you know what? No ref should be laying their hands on a wrestler, regardless if they're provoked or not. You're a professional. And
Exactly. I'm glad you see it my way. Because that would have been the first thing I'd have asked you to do. You never lay hands on my client, especially if you are a referee.
no,
I
you
agree.
you have to be trained to be pushed around a little bit. Yes, you're working with dangerous people. These people, the trained athletes, they're trained to beat you up. You can't. You're in their face. You're in their space. You're trying to pat them down. You might get pushed a little bit. You might get shoved, but you can't push back. That's the role, and that's the professionalism. So with that, he did get a suspension. He's no longer repping right now, and that means. But Dom is. Dom was in the right in that issue because Dom's a wrestler. He was only doing what a wrestler is supposed to do, and that's wrestle.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You never mess with a pariah.
No.
Don't forget about that.
And he's been on a wave of destruction at XUC, and now I'm kind of even really kind of nervous of what direction he's going to go into with under you, because you can push him further.
Well, I mean, since I have to find another part, there is a guy I might bring out of retirement. It's been out for a while.
Now, that sounds interesting too.
I've been chatting with him, and he might be my newest signing. We'll just have to see. I'm not going to name any names until he signs on the dotted line.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I understand how these things can be, want to be kept secret a little bit, especially because, well, I mean, the tag team that you'll be going against will probably be named, but they don't know who they will be facing.
Hmm. Exactly. I just cannot wait to see. The suspense is killing me for the 30th.
30th is going to be a very busy day for a lot of people. It's going to be one hell of a ride, though. I can
I,
tell you
I,
that.
I would have to agree.
Um, show days are always fun at XUC, and I'm sure they are at NQW as well.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of the fun of it all. At least you only got to go one place all in one day. You don't have to, travel and 2 days in a
It's
row.
gonna be a fun hangout. Apparently I have to look at TJ and Rob all day.
That is the downfall of the one, the one stop for all shows. But yeah,
Now,
they'll just stare at you awkwardly all day long. TJ might ask if you need anything. You might do a snack run or something.
listen, I don't need TJ to do nothing for me. Okay, I don't think he's even capable of doing that. Can he be the doorman? Do you think that? You think he's qualified for that?
I don't know. There's already another guy we have doing that. Tough Daddy sometimes brings his dad along.
I mean, he is one tough daddy. I have to admit.
He is. And Tough Daddy's daddy is even tougher. So sometimes he likes to just stand
Damn,
there and hold the door for
tougher
hours
daddy.
on end.
There you go. I like that.
It is. It's nuts, but these things happen. You won't believe it. You won't. You'll be amazed, especially being from way out in Philly. You'll be definitely amazed what happens.
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's right, Pittsburgh. Well,
Yeah, see, now that's an insult right there. All right.
I know you
But
might.
if you really want to know, all right, I'm actually from Scarsdale, New York. And
Okay.
the Yankees are a great team. I mean, you guys are all from New England. The Red Sox suck; they missed the playoffs. I like rubbing that in your guys' face every time.
That's,
Sorry,
yeah,
Beantown blows.
I'm actually not
You know
really a
what
big
blows
fan.
even more though? Providence, Rhode Island. I mean, that town is just god awful.
Oh, there's nothing good in Rhode Island.
I
I'm
didn't
actually
think
not a.
so
I'm
either. I mean,
actually not actually.
Woonsocket I could barely stand.
I'm actually
I
not
have
a
to
Red
look at that
Sox fan
crummy town
myself.
every time I come in.
I'm
Ah,
actually not a Red Sox fan myself. For most sports, actually, I'm a West Coast fan out in Cali and LA. I'm a Lakers fan and so
oh
forth.
boy,
But
how's that going to affect LeBron's legacy knowing that you're a Lakers fan? Oh,
probably nothing.
ESPN's got to cover that.
I'm more of a Kobe fan, anyways. But
Yeah, it's what
that's
they
for a
all say
different
is a
story.
cop out.
That's for a different story, anyways. But but yeah, as Woonsocket's a crazy. I don't even know how it even got on the map for wrestling, but it's a wrestling hotspot right now.
Hell yeah, I could definitely see that.
A lot of stuff happens out of Woonsocket. Showcase has right out of Woonsocket. They run a great promotion out of
Muggings.
there. And then,
Um,
you got a host of others. NQW, XUC, AWL runs out of there as well. That's Maniac Mike's promotion. He's been doing that a long time. He used to, I think he used to be out of Providence, though, at the Chop Shop before it closed.
I
Which,
also think there was a couple of hobos begging for my money.
oh, probably. Probably more than
Yeah, I
a
kind of told
couple.
them to screw off. Might as well become juggalos.
The JWO just tries to get their hands in everything, and everything they touch just turns to garbage. Um,
Look, okay, I'll tell you this, okay? Rob Roberts, he's a hell of an athlete, all right? I'll give you that. Like, what I mean by an athlete is he's a hell of an ass kicker. Good brawler, I wouldn't want
oh,
to
he
be in
can
an
fight.
alleyway with him.
Rob can fight. I've seen Rob. Some of Rob's greatest work is in a fight, but
You know, he's just a great fighter. But what are you going to do if you put him up against an athlete? You see, Rob
we.
Roberts, when he goes up against Brian Sire, Sire's going to use his speed and quickness. I mean,
See,
I don't think standing lugging around with punches ain't going to work so well against an athlete. Now,
See,
don't get me wrong.
and I'll even throw in a little insider secret about this, because Rob came up to me, and he was asking me things about it, because he knows I go to a lot of independent shows. I do travel a lot from Jersey to Maine. I'm just always at some kind of show. And,
Oh, yeah,
he was like, can you throw me some ideas? I need, a little bit of help here of what I'm going to be able to do against Brian Sire, because, he is the champion. I don't have TJ to help me. I don't have this. I don't have that. Nah, nah, nah. I gave him a list of things. I gave him a little time. He said he would show me, and like he didn't do anything with it. So it just proves to the point, the old point. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, and that's what Rob is, an old dog. He's obedient, yes, but he's still an old dog.
I
I
mean,
mean, I just don't see how he can compare to the stunning awesomeness of what is the franchise, Brian Shire.
hey, look, Rob Roberts has had a hell of a career. All right, that's why I brought him in. What I did not know was that he was going to bring his stupid friend TJ in. That was not what I expected.
I don't think
Whenever I
anybody
hired
expected that. I
him, okay,
mean,
I mean,
but he
TJ
follows him
Tucker is,
around. I mean, supposedly TJ follows him around. Even if Rob says no, TJ just keeps following.
yeah. See, with Roberts, after Sire beats him, I'm just hoping we can just take him out back finally. Take him to the old folks' home. It is what it is.
Right in.
Now for
No.
TJ, I'm not sure what you do with that. I mean, we could sterilize him so he couldn't make kids. But who would even want to? What woman would even want to fornicate with?
That's what I'm saying. That's just gonna cost good taxpayers dollars right there to do that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the thing. And that's why rich people stay rich. Okay, is because taxpayers like you get to keep us rich.
And that's what happens.
I mean, exactly. And TJ, I don't know when the last time was when he paid his taxes.
You have
But
to work to pay taxes, though. See, that's the thing. You gotta get income to pay.
Oh, my bad. That's right. You're paying him government money. I forgot.
We all the taxes that we all pay gotta pay him to live every month, so he can go and buy
I
sodas.
don't know. I mean, I would assume so, but you would have to have an address to get a check.
But how else is he buying the dollar sodas unless he's got
you know
a
what?
out?
Man, shoplifting is a very, very notable crime.
That's fine. I mean, I don't like to really talk crime on here, but I mean, yeah, I guess it is. He could be
shoplifting's. It might be a petty crime to you, but what about that company's profits? I mean, you're really screwing with them. And me, as a young entrepreneur who's following the professional wrestling industry, to me, stealing. Ugh.
Well, see, here's the thing. If you're going to steal from a grocery store, then most likely he's going to steal from whatever promotion he's working for, and that can't happen.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't, and that is why at NQW we have to have the heavyweight title in a, in a briefcase. We have to lock that thing up with a key.
And right now, TJ
we don't need no one taking it.
And right now, TJ's on suspension, is he not, for his actions?
Oh, I know. So we it's going to be nice to not be uncomfortable walking in there. It's just. I'll tell you what, it's going to be amazing. Now, Rob, on the other hand, well, luckily I'll have a pariah and a couple others. Just to make sure nothing crazy happens. When Rob says,
I mean, that's the thing.
He's been threatening me online. Okay? I have been telling my lawyer something we could do about this.
And that's the thing now. You come with a little bit of an insurance policy with Dom. If anything happens, Dom's vicious. Dom's that pit bull. Dom's going to go after him.
Oh, I agree. Yes, and that's the thing. But I cannot represent Dom Peretti at NQW because the board of directors told me that's a conflict of interest. As me being
it makes sense. Makes sense. I mean,
it was disappointing. I did yell a little bit, but it did make sense and it is fair. So Peretti will be by himself when he's out there in the ring. But when it comes to anywhere else, I'm right there with him. That starts with XUC.
And I'm sure he has your back if anything was to really go south.
Oh, yes, he would. Yes, he would. Matter of fact, I don't know. See, when I was negotiating with the owner at XUC, as I told him, like, listen, Peretti needs a pay raise. This guy's awesome. Like, what are you guys doing with him? Ref Bob, he punches him. It's an unsafe work environment. I have to, we have to talk about raising his money a little bit. This unsafe work environment. Referees are unhinged. It's crazy.
I mean, I'll give you some insider news just because I have it from XUC and I can talk about it because, well, I really don't care. But I mean, you picked a good time to represent Dom because regardless of who wins our title match, whether it be Tough Daddy with Tough Inc. or it is, Victoria Fox, whoever's walking out with the title at this next show, the show after that, Dom is going to get a title shot. So you're gonna you have a chance to make this man a champion.
Oh, with my expert coaching, he is going to become a champion. That's a fact.
That is gonna be that's kind of just what I can tell you about that. He is gonna be up for a title shot. He's definitely proved himself at XUC. And, with you representing him.
This man has proved himself over 20 years. I don't want to hear it. It's time to finally get this man the respect he deserves.
You can see him on YouTube. You can see him on channels. He has his own YouTube. He's making waves out there. He's doing good. And I urged all my guests, they can check out all the NQW action, on YouTube. It is out there to watch. It's for the public.
As a matter of fact, listen, even if he doesn't win the championship, he is the real champ. I'm going to tell you why. You know why? Because this man, all right, Dom Peretti, wakes up a champion. He puts on his pants like a champion. And you know what? He eats his breakfast a champion. So even if he doesn't have a bet on him, in XUC, he is the real champ. And you better remember that. He's the real champ.
Well, like I said, he's going to get a chance to have some gold around his waist, and he's going to get a chance to prove just how real of a champion he is when he faces the winner of that match. And that will happen in November. And, like I said, I know that's a little ways off, but he might want to pay attention to this month's championship match because it will determine who he will be facing.
Well, whether it's Victoria Fox or Tough Daddy, there's going to be some ass kickings ready for Dom Peretti to deliver.
And that should be something worthwhile to watch, folks, too. Listening at home because, like I said, these guys all come out here. They pour their hearts out. They do this because they love the fans. They love the people. They love to do this. They love to kick ass. This is what they like to do. If you ask anybody, you can ask Tough Daddy, why I like to kick asses. I like to get my ass kicked. He likes it both ways. Some of these guys, what I'm saying, they like to just fight. They like to brawl. They like to wrestle. They love to do this. It's a passion.
Yeah, and there's something that we seem to forget in this business anymore. Some of these guys like to get paid. And that's why they come to me at the EJ agency, so they can get paid.
And that's something that the folks at home should be listening to also, especially in the XUC locker room. Especially the guys that have come up to me and, begged me and asked me, when can I get paid? When will I be good enough? Well, there is other options because
I could be doing all the negotiations for you while you focus on the in-ring. And I'm there coaching you. It's amazing when you come to EJ agency and I only collect a good whopping 30% of your pay. You get the whole package.
But it's better than getting no pay at all.
Oh, yes, when you have my services, it's great. And not only that, whenever the real champ does become champ and proves to you he's the real champ come November, I'm telling you, you're going to know he's the real champ when it's all said and done.
Well, I hope Tough Daddy's listening at home too because, it might be him that Dom is going to be trying to tear apart. And I've seen Dom tear people apart.
Tough Daddy. Hey, if he does win, it'll be a hell of a battle, but in the end, the pariah always stands up on top, I'll tell you that.
I can't wait for it. I can't wait to even see who you picked. Like I said, your mystery bond. I can't wait for all this action come.
Peretti's going to have
October 30th.
As a matter of fact, I might be going all around that locker room to see if they want to obtain my services. So you better stay tuned for that.
Yeah, go talk to them. See what you can get, See who else.
It's not going to be the JWO. I can promise you. There is no amount of money I can help them make. All right.
No, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a dead end. We will never pay either one of those guys, so you're never going to see anything. If at the end of the day, they're going to owe you money.
You're damn right. They better pay me just so I can look. Just because I have to look at them, they better pay me. Ugh.
But anybody else in that locker room is fair game for EJ, agency, and however you want to negotiate with them, that's up to you. I think, it's a good thing. I think it's a good way for people to get out of their little comfort zone and get into the big stage, get to the next level, get to that, spot where they want to be. It's working for Don, and it can work for others too.
Absolutely.
But I thank you for coming on the show. We're just about out of time. Everybody can check this out. You guys are going to be putting your video out, and you'll see XUC's out sometime in early November. And they can check all the action out on YouTube. Never Quit Wrestling, is that what they just search for?
Yep, Never Quit Wrestling.
And it should pop right up. And, already people extreme Underground Wrestling for XUC. You'll find that, and you can find out all the action. So, thank you again for coming on, and thanks for talking, Eric.
Absolutely. Thanks for bringing me on.
Have a good night. We'll see you on the 30th.
You too.
And there you have it, folks. This is gonna be great. Eric Johnson coming on to XUC on 10:30. He's gonna be repping Dom. He's gonna be, fighting with JWO. He's gonna be doing a lot of things. Check it out. Check out XUC. Definitely check out Never Quit Wrestling. You gotta watch it, see all the storylines, see what decisions he's made so far, and see all the build up that's taking place to get to their championship match